Remember when we thought we could fly? Well, what
I
if you
do.
could grow up and your dreams could
I remember
still
when we
soar?
thought we could fly. What's good? Hola. VIP Bulldogs, man. If you got some bullies, man, let me know, man. I want a bulldog. I want a bulldog so bad. Mm-hmm. Gang, gang all day. Susan Sam's in a hizzy. Lori, turning in for Ontario, Canada. Canada representing itself. Canada's in the house. Gang, gang. Mike P, gang. Brando. Daisy's in the house. Miss BB, the elegant, the Miss Gentile, the Miss First Lady of the Dinar. Only real recognized real gang, gang. You know what it is. What up, though? High up 80. What up? What up, Mr. B and Miss BB? What up, Will? What up, Margarita Marie? What's the deal, Janelle? Always good to see you, my friend. Mother at 12, it's always an honor and a privilege. Frank Canada, you know what it is.
Hey, Mother at 12. Hey, Margarita M.
Itchy Brown, Texas into his. You know what it is.
Itchy Brown.
Itchy.
That name is not appealing. Itchy.
Gurkha legend. Look at him shouting out Daisy. Gang, gang. Daisy, you got your own little following, man. We got to get you your own little YouTube channel.
Itchy is the one that does the cartoon sketches, right?
Nah, that's
Oh, okay.
Guru Cat. He hasn't done one in a while. I'd like to see more Guru Cat.
Guru Cat.
Happy Friday, Baking Queen. Anthony, what's up? J-Bo Slim, you know what it is. Bethany, always good to see my good friends. Lisa, you know what it is. We speak so much. Wheezy, what's the deal, baby? Laura, you know what it does. Daru Jackson, you know what it is. It's a Jackson thing. You wouldn't get it if you ain't a Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's a Jackson thing. C said Daisy. He said gang, gang, and Daisy. Daisy is gang, y'all. Daisy's like, you know, if you got a dog or a cat or a pet, they all part of the Kangaroo gang, right? They're all gang. So when you shout out Daisy, you're just basically saying gang. So if you got a cat or a dog or let's just say a ferret or a rabbit, I'm allergic to all of them, but they're all gang, right? I love animals. I love animals more than I love people sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I told Lexi today she should be my boss.
Oh my God. Hey, Carol.
She's so sweet.
Living for the weekend. I know that's right, y'all. My weekend's over. This is my Sunday. Teresa.
This is my weekend.
How many folks we got in here? Yeah. My good friend, Double O. You guys wouldn't know him. He used to play for the Houston Oilers, worked for me. Kenny Burroughs used to say that. Yeah. He would get a customer. I'm right here, Mr. Paxton. Yeah. I would crack up. Gurkha legend. Daniel Johnson. Shout out to Jazza. Jazza, he loves the intro. So shout out to my young one, my pad one, young Jazza. Shout him out. Shout out all my young ones, my little homies out there. You know who you are. Fat boy. Hey, Fat boy, man, we got disconnected. You was on the road, man. We were doing your thing. Drop some bombs, man. We gonna talk about some bombs. I think some bombs tonight's gonna come through some self-discovery. So tonight, we gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get everybody in here. I'm trying to let it go. Okay, we got about 5 minutes in the game. Should we start the intro music? Let's do a little music.
I am a full baby.
I'm just letting you know.
Oh, okay. Get him, Daisy, get him. Shout out my gang. Shout out the real ones out there, the ones that are out there getting that information daily. Shout out the readers out there, the ones that do it unpopularly. Shout out the ones that tune in all these days a week. Shout out to if you watch it twice and don't skip the commercials. Shoot. Shout out to the thumbs down because I know you're a fan, and that's the only way you can really find yourself is to really like just give me that thumbs down because you hate it so much that we are so successful. The biggest gang on the internet is not the gang you would normally think of. The biggest gang on the internet is my gang, and it's right here. It's live. We do it 3 to 4 times a week, and you know what? We are humble. We are humble. We work upon a parameter that says, you know what? Hey, we study, we learn, we invest, we repeat. That's what we do, right? We base it all upon things that we can prove, things we can't prove, we ignore. And if anybody comes out there and says that this, or this, then if they come to you with something prophetic, then you tell them to come to Mr. B and let's talk about it. Because I can show you through logic that everything that these people are out there that they talk about can either be explained, right, logically, or it can't be. And if we can't explain it, then let's analyze it and let's figure it out. Now, it's Friday. TGIF to everybody that celebrates for the weekend, right? For everybody out there that's having their, first glass of wine, that's out there, unwinding, that's doing their thing. My shout out to you. Salute, right? Me, I'm getting ready for work. And you got to be thinking to yourself, dang, Mr. Brando, what's going on? So let's do our introductions and let's get into the news.
I am April Beebe.
And I am Mr. Brando.
And it's Friday.
And it is Friday. And you
Thank
know what?
Lord.
And you know what? We're one step closer. And you know what? Yeah, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning and seeing another day. Thank you, Lord, for being alive and in these times that I can actually, take advantage of some of the opportunities that you put before me and blessing me with living in probably the most prosperous place in the whole universe, the United States of America. Okay? Thank you, Lord, for that. It says Parliamentary Education announces to send a circulum vitae of the Canada Minister of Education. Says they're going to send a name, it's a woman's name, to the PM for his approval to the position of the Minister of Education. Now, this is important. Now, the reason why it's important is because we know Kwasi's holding the position, Dr. Kwasi. We know that. That is true. Traditionally, always a woman has held this position, I guess, so they want a woman to fulfill it. So I guess if they're going off tradition, which I don't like because that's secretaryism, which they've been doing a little bit, you know what I mean? But if they fulfill it, I'm cool with it, right? Fill it with someone that's non-partial, that's a scholar, that's someone that's an educational person, you know what I mean? You're in education, you know what it is. I mean, I get it, right? If that's what that's what tradition says. But you already have someone in the position that's already doing the job, that's done the job, that's made money. You saw that off the sale of books. It's funny, though, I was watching something today that said that one of the biggest scams that anybody ever pulls off in the world is selling textbooks. It's funny that Iraq made so much money selling textbooks last year because it's considered a huge scam. I just think that's funny.
It's interesting. They're kind of behind the times, too, because now you can rent textbooks.
Mm-hmm. But think about it. The subscription method is the biggest form of profit making right now. Subscription, Netflix, stuff like that.
Right.
So renting a textbook isn't cheaper. You're just not paying for it. You're just paying for a portion of it that someone's paid for over and over and over and over and over again. So I get it. I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm not here to argue textbooks or nothing like that. I just thought it was really funny that.
Because when you're done with a book, you're done with it. Who wants to spend $200 on a book?
I mean, I don't know. Just think about this. How much is a Bible?
Oh, like $15, $20.
So how much is like a textbook, big, high up, like...
$200. That's what I had to pay. That's what they were trying to
But doesn't
say.
that put life in perspective for you?
Well, it's all about what people can gain, right? So when people get married, everything goes up, right?
Right.
But if it was just a regular party, you wouldn't pay $1,000 or $2,000 for a cake. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it depends on the purpose. And they know that in order to have an education, you need textbooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to be an accountant, I got to take these classes and they're going to charge me up the wazoo. Mm-hmm. That's all they do. And the thing is, information changes. Mm-hmm. So a $200 textbook is gouging because they know that these kids need it.
Someone gave some money.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was really into my conversation.
I say that.
Here we go. It's Sharon Langley.
Thank you, Sharon. Shout out, Sharon. And the reason why I bring up religion with education is because they go hand in hand. Both are methods of control, right? I think that the more educated you are, the better you are to empower yourself to make great decisions, just like through education, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can't do something because you don't know it, the only way you can do it is you learn it, right? Mm-hmm. I just think that it's funny that if you're going to take young people and debt them, I think that's one thing the Kangaroo Foundation, I think that I want to do. I want to buy as papers student debt, and I want to reduce their interest rates. Well, as a company, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know it doesn't sound like a very high yield, very good thing, mm-hmm. but as a portfolio, I'd like to buy student debt massively, like you buy mortgages. And I'd like to give people, like, not like debt forgiveness, but like a different interest rate. I bet you I could buy more student debt.
Interest rates are pretty low, though.
On student debt?
Mm-hmm. Like 4%.
But what are the fees, the exuberant fees that they're charging them then? Why are they not ever to get out from under student debt?
Because the whole catch is the college that is charging you to be educated, to read and put something in your brain. It's costing you 60 G's to go to Rice University.
Okay, but here's my point to that. So it costs you 60 G's. Mm-hmm. So I know this is totally off topic,
and that's
y'all.
just one semester.
I know, right? 60 G's one semester. So
or when
you go to Rice and let's just say it costs you 60 G's, right? Mm-hmm. You're paying student debt. You're paying $487 a month, right? Mm-hmm. What if someone like me comes in there and says, Rice, I'll buy this debt from you for $37,000 cash right now.
The government owns the debt, not Rice.
Well, you don't think the government would sell that debt off cash?
I don't know.
It's just a question.
I don't know. Because here's the thing, guess what? You can't BK student loans.
I wouldn't want to.
No.
They're equitable. They're founded in real equity.
What I'm saying is they're backed by the government and they're government owned. Uh-huh. Because that's one of the things.
That's better than a bond or a CD. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'd want to buy the debt, but I'd want to buy a less amount and get the person back where they can have some type of financial freedom later on in their life.
So basically you would pay their debt off.
Basically. A real Jessra. A real Nesra. Real financial freedom, because I don't think there's ever going to be Jessra and Nesra, but I do think there could be financial freedom sought through solving the world's crisis through getting rid of student loans. Just a thought. Now, this was a huge article. I'm not going to read all of it. It's all about the WTO. It's all about the government of Iraq's intervention in the monopolies of trade practices. And I think it was Andy that brought up a valid point about what was the last, and he said it, he goes, Brandon, hey, what's the last piece of paperwork that need to be turned into the WTO that deal with them having a full ascension to them? And I was like, well, I gave an example of something like Cameroons or something, and he was like, well, I hope so. And I think this, what you guys saw that was on the CBI website, and it could be wrong where I got the link, but I think what they're talking about right here is the economic last paperworks that they needed to deal with. And I'll send it to Miss Bibi so she can post it all over the place. There wasn't any one particular thing in it that made me say, let me read this off to the group. But what it did make me realize is that the more that we start to discover what the WTO means to Iraq, the more we start to uncover how they're going to enable themselves to have a viable private sector. And I don't think people understand that. For them to have a private sector is for them to get rid of the auctions. For them to get rid of the auctions means that they are self-sufficient. If they're self-sufficient, then they can reinstate the currency. Ready to build an advanced banking system in Iraq to fight corruption. Okay? So, Daisy, stop it. No, give me that. No, you're not eating that. You got a hold of some paper towels. You're not eating those. The United States is ready to help Iraq build an advanced banking system and contribute expertise to fight corruption during a meeting with the House of Representatives Speaker Mohammed Al-Halbousi and U.S. Ambassador to Iraq Matthew Toller. U.S. Treasury Undersecretary of Terrorist Financing Marshall Billingsley said Thursday. The Information Office of the President of the House of Representatives statement during the meeting, political and economic security developments in Iraq, stressing the role of the House of Representatives in the adoption of legislation guaranteeing the development and stability in the country. So basically what I think Washington's saying is they'll help them, kind of make their banking system a little bit more advanced, but they want some guarantees. And I think you brought up a valid point earlier. We were talking about Iraq, and they wanted to see some type of definitive separation from Iran. I think these are ways that Iraq could show the rest of the world, especially American investment opportunities, where their real play is, right? So if you let the United States come in, and you have to admit, love our central banking system or the Fed or not love it, it's mirrored basically all throughout everywhere, right? And more countries adopt it than they don't adopt it. And it's probably one of the best in the world. Now, don't like it? I get it. Don't like it. But it's something to be admired. And so for them to adopt our system would probably help them if they could have some type of asset backed, if they want to go with that. The central bank establishes a unified database. Now, this is a funny article to follow this up. It says the central bank establishes a unified database. The central bank establishes a unified database for the banking system between the branches of the central bank of Iraq. It's called ICBS in its branch in Erbil in a move to consolidate the main database. Now, the reason why I brought this article to the forefront is because it's Erbil. Remember, Kirkuk was basically cut off from Baghdad. So now those branches are now talking to each other. So Erbil is unified in the way that they talk to each other. So I think it's very important that people understand that as Erbil and Basra, those branches now that can talk to the main accounting sources in the banking system, they're linked. So we hope that by the end of the year that all of this will talk to each other. And it's not for so much of the reinstatement value of it, but for the prosperity for Iraq. Just think about this. The federal system that we live in here in the United States, if the feds want to know what's going on the East Coast, the West Coast, they can do that. In Iraq, they can't do that. Does that make sense? So it makes sense that having a banking system that can talk to each other, no matter what region or what tribe or whatever, if there's a banking system there, they're able to do so. The Economic Council reveals a move that will encourage investors to enter the companies to the country. Members of the Iraqi Economic Council, Al-Tatar, said Thursday that opening the road to Baghdad International Airport will generate positive images with eyes of investors. We've talked about this before. The positive picture relates to the economy at the beginning of the airport road, stimulates the entry of investment. They have to have an open airwave system for people to feel that type of security in Iraq. Having the roads open having the roads open to the airway system to be having flow in and out of the country is as important as a business having capital flow in and out of the country. People don't want a bunch of red tape or problems. So to have that ability enables Iraq to be like a London, like a Dubai, like a Los Angeles, New York, like a Chicago, like any other place that's a financial hub, right? Switzerland, you know what I mean? Some place that you know that international business takes place that you don't, a Hong Kong. You see what I'm saying? I can get in there, I can get out of there, and I can take care of my business. You see what I'm saying? Private Banks Association concludes a course on liquidity. And I think this is interesting because the other day we talked about their taking in those damaged notes. 2 days later, they come out with an article that says the Association of the Private Banks in cooperation with the Central Bank and Joint Efforts Group concluded on Thursday the session of liquidity in Islamic banks in accordance with standards of IFSB with the participation of a number of governments and private banks, the Director of the Administration and Training in the Association of Private Banks. At the closing ceremony of the session, attended the Economy News. The session targeted employees in the Department of Risk Management. There is one working group formed by the Association of Iraq and Private Banks and the Central Bank of Iraq to establish develop courses for Iraq banking sector, adding the plan developed by Association of Banks and Central Bank aimed at division and training in various stages. That said absolutely nothing. But the reason why I wanted to say that is because they were talking about liquidity. That's what I really think that that article the other day, plain and simple, was talking about was liquidity in Iraq. Iraq doesn't have a problem with not having enough currency. The problem is the currency they have doesn't fulfill the needs of the people. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference. It's kind of like if I was to look back and say, our currency didn't fulfill the needs of all of our people, but we are a very advanced people, so we do that. You see what I'm saying? Iraq, it's not so. There's a lot of holes and a lot of gaps. And so if liquidity is a big deal, then you got to look at saying, well, you don't have enough banking inclusion, meaning that enough people aren't at the bank to have credit cards or to have enough cash flow inside of the bank to give out, when you make deposits, you make withdrawals. So you get the withdrawals out of the bank. You see what I'm saying? So liquidity is kind of not the real issue at that. I mean, it is a big issue at that point because you don't have enough inclusion. You see what I'm saying? You got to have more people involved actively with your banking system. That's the news, y'all. That's what I have right now. If you got a question, call me. Let's talk about it. Don't be shy. Don't wait 30 minutes into it. I'm going to go through some questions online here. Is we live? Yeah, we live. What's popping? We know what it is, 100th Monkey. Much love, you guys. We love you too. The Jackson family from us to you, we love you. What's up, fam? Appreciate the shouts out. Chicago, love Chicago. Jackson family in the house. You know what it is, Jerome. Network engineer. I need one of those. Dang, she's a network engineer. Itchy Brown Eyes is a network engineer. Dang. You guys don't... You know what I thought about? Can I tell you this?
You talk to Itchy Brown.
I have. But I didn't know what she did off the top of my head live. You know what I'm saying? I think I have. I mean, people I talk to. I mean, you're putting me on the spot here a little bit.
You said she.
I think it's G.
Okay.
You only has G? Well, shit. I mean, you put me on the spot here.
I don't know.
Come
you
on
said
here.
it. I don't know.
Itchy Brown, if you do me a favor, call in and tell us if you're a he or she. I forgot. If you get me live, y'all, you know how many people I talked to in a day? I've done 4 consultations, and I apologize if I don't remember each and every one of you off the top of my head. The things that I remember the most are basically where you are, your plans, and what we're doing. So apologize if I don't have everything memorized the way I should. What up, Elroy? Hang on. Elroy, hang on. Someone knows me. Craig Brooks Photography. Yep, Elroy Jetson. I'm somewhere out of space. You know what I'm talking about. Good evening, Shanta. What up, Brando? Gurkha. Where's Earl? Beth. Paul. Hey, Paul. Paul's the quiet one. You got to watch Paul. Paul and Kara, you got to watch them too. They're gangster.
Aw. Ola said she's a high Miss BB and Mr. B. I watch you guys every week, and the funniest thing happened. My 9-year-old daughter was like, Mommy, you watching Miss BB and Mr. Brando again? I was like, yeah, I am. Laugh out loud. That's cute.
Tell your 9-year-old, gang, gang, gang. We love them. Michael, shout out to him.
Daisy, if you don't stop with your nose on my leg.
Bethany just came up with the whole thing to everything, okay? I got to read this. Bethany just solved the whole thing about the Iraqi Dinar.
Okay, I'm listening.
Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Everybody, are you ready? This is a freaking bomb. If you guys don't know this, Daisy has a boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
His name is Thor. He's younger. You know, Daisy's a cougar, okay? Daisy's one of those type of chicks that, you know, she doesn't get around or nothing like that because that's sleazy. But Daisy's got a little dude that she's been seeing on the side. His name's Thor, okay? Shout out Thor, okay?
Okay.
Now, she said it's plain and clear. I'm going to give you this bomb. The linchpin to the Iraqi dinar is Daisy and Thor's love. Done. That's all we need. If love could set everybody free, you know what it is? Love makes the world go round, but money greases the wheel. Shit. Ain't that the truth? You know what a real bomb is about the Iraqi dinar? If you guys don't know it, I'll tell you this. The more and more you see Iran boxed in, and the more and more that you see Saudi Arabia, and the more and more you see these coalition troops get ready to knock dust off Iran's ass, the more and more I get ready to see production ramped up in Iraq. And the more and more I see them putting more and more money in their coffers, and the more and more I see them strengthening the value of their currency, and the more and more I see them people coming in like China with $500 billion into their infrastructure and their private sector that I showed you last time, with equivalency over most of their private sector growth. So when people tell me that nothing's going to happen, then they obviously don't listen or don't read enough into the economy. Because I read this to you last time. Let me show you something. The private sector growth of Iraq. So China just talked about the other day, they're going to inject $500 billion into the private sector, right? So how much actually does the private sector represent of Iraq? It's a very interesting question. And when I throw these little caveats out there, I'm not saying it to be crass or to be rude. I'm saying it because what does the private sector of Iraq represent as far as their GDP? What does the private sector... Oh, well...
Happy birthday, Ola.
And Ola, and happy birthday, Nora, and there was somebody else's birthday.
And yesterday was Lisa's. Happy
birthday, Lisa, and happy birthday, Nora. Go ahead. Are you there? Hey, caller.
I'm sorry that you are having trouble. Please try calling again later.
Okay. Caller didn't go through. Okay. Let me see. Their GDP is basically $4,950 trillion or $1 billion. So if someone's going to infuse a quarter of their total GDP, what do you think that does? Because at least 80% of that's oil. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That just gave a huge nominal value to their currency.
Say that again. What the percentage was it?
Iraq ranks 97th in the world's nominal GDP per capita at 497.50. I can't read it with this, so. So.
Hey, caller, you're live.
Hey guys, hey, I'm sorry to bother you guys. You guys are doing awesome. I've called the show a couple of times. Mr. Brando, how you doing, buddy?
Man, bro, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, my friend. Good. Thank you for everything that you do, honestly. I had a question. I bought a 50 dinar note, and I had you recall, I sent you a picture. So I don't know. Is that part of the lower denom?
No. You bought a $50,000 dinar note, or you got an old $50,000 dinar note?
50. You mean an old 50?
An old 50.
Oh, I have to see if it's an old 50. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I haven't received it yet, but it cost me like really pennies on the dollar.
Well, then it's probably an old 50. It's a commemorative item, brother.
Okay. When I get it, I'll send you a picture.
Did you buy it off of eBay?
Yeah, I did. I took your advice, which is awesome.
Yeah.
No, only buy 2008, 2009, 25,000 series notes or above. That's it. If you're going to buy stuff off eBay, I'm going to throw this out there. So let's say you're going to bargain buy Iraqi Dinar from here on out. Only buy 2008, 2009 Series A or currency Iraqi Dinar from here on out. I'm going to throw that out there. Because I know the currency was changed. I know that security features. Just little stuff like that, okay? Mm-hmm. So people don't get caught up.
Okay, if I send you a picture?
Yeah, send me a picture, of course. Don't be scared. Always send me a picture. We'll authenticate it ourselves.
You can text it to the number you're calling to.
We can authenticate it, no problem.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Oh, anytime. Anytime. We'll be glad to, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, have a great...
I'll keep listening to the show.
Okay, have a great
Good
evening.
one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm trying to find it. I think I saw those out there. The $50 notes, the 50 IQD notes.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember, a matter of fact, I did. Because when this whole thing came up with the lower denominations, I was like, babe, there's lower denominations already out there. Mm-hmm. And I showed it to you, and you're like, oh no, I think it was pre-Saddam, right? Those notes were?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's what you told me, if I recall. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I think I would definitely try to go out.
Here they go. Because you can get a stack of them. And they're purple.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy those.
Yeah.
I'm passing.
See that?
Yeah, pass.
Yeah, I showed you these.
Yeah,
and you told me just that. See if I can show you guys. Don't buy.
Oh, George said, happy birthday to my beautiful wife, Olilia.
Yeah.
Hayes. Okay, good. Happy birthday, Olilia.
How do you... Is it Olilia?
Olilia
Olilia.
Haynes?
I might have said it wrong. I'm sorry, you guys, if I did. I'm sorry. But happy birthday.
Happy belly bottom day.
Belly
bottom. Get it like your belly and you're at the bottom?
Oh.
Patricia said that. We want more F-bombs. Yeah, I want more F-bombs too. I can't. Listen, I'm on F-bomb restriction.
There's children watching you.
I know. That's why I'm on F-bomb restriction. Mm-hmm. So, y'all, we'll drop F-bombs on some more rants. Shout out to the rants.
Parents are watching, and so are their children.
And so I got Jaza. I got my little homies out there watching. So, you know what, y'all? Being part of an organization means I got to show some restraint. Yeah, I'm getting it every week until it hits 2, y'all. So this is what we got to do. We got to think of it like this. If nothing's popping, nothing's going on, right? Then what are you doing right now to get yourself ready for the big events? Are you buying more currency? Are you diversifying your portfolio? Are you looking into how you can buy digital currency? Are you looking at how to buy different currencies? Have you joined some type of group? Have you joined Patreon? I mean, if it was me and I was sitting there and I was saying to myself, man, nothing's popping, then I'm gonna look for something to get me popping again.
What you been doing?
Me? Honestly, do you really want to know what? Can I say this on air? I got a life coach, right? It's called an executive business coach that's guiding me on how to be a better leader. That's guiding me on how to direct the people that follow us. That's going to put me in a position that's going to be able to lead our group to better lands based upon my personality and stuff like that. That's what I'm doing.
Accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hello?
Yes. Mr. Brando, this is Jake. Jake from State Farm.
Jason from State Farm?
Yeah, Jake from State Farm. How you doing?
I can't understand you, bro. What'd you say, Jason from where?
Jacob.
Jacob. Okay, Jacob. Hey, where are you from, bro? Miami?
El Paso, Texas.
Okay, good. Miami, I'll call you back. So, man, what's going on? What's your question?
First of all, I'm really new with your channel. I love it. I think you and your wife do an amazing job.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, I don't know if this is.
Hello.
If you go to Las Vegas, in certain hotels in Las Vegas, that you're able to check in, but you're also able to exchange currency there at a 0 rate.
Okay, so you're saying you're going to Las Vegas, you're taking foreign currency, and you want to use your foreign currency to buy a hotel room or exchange it for something or gamble or...
Yeah, I guess what I heard is that you're able to stay at a hotel there. I don't know what hotel there, but you're able to stay there. But they have a way where they could exchange a currency because you're staying there for a very low fee and actually at 0 fee, at 0 cost. And I don't know if you guys knew anything about that.
I do, and that's absolute crap.
Yeah, I did read some articles or a post about Caesar's Palace about doing that, but I just don't know if there's a limit of exchanging currency there.
Bro, you can't do it. Listen, if you're dealing in yen or peso or lira or something that's internationally recognized and you go to Las Vegas, they have a foreign currency exchange center, yes. If you're talking about dinar, absolutely not, because they don't accept it. It's not accepted. So...
Okay.
You can't. Yeah, that's crap. What they're talking about, what they're talking about, that's not true.
Okay. And what would be your advice to me? I'm a young guy, and I mean, what's the best way to just exchange currency once this happens?
That's okay, bro. I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. I gotta call this caller back, but let's talk again, okay?
Yeah, for sure. All right, thanks.
Have a good one, Jacob. Bye bye.
Did he ask what to exchange? I missed
No, he was saying, well, if you go to a casino, could you take your currency
Right.
and exchange it? And the answer is no.
Right, and then what was the last part? I thought he was asking you another question.
I didn't catch the last part of
Okay.
it. Then I apologize. I didn't catch it
Okay.
because I kind of tuned out. I mean, I did tune out, but when he said the currency exchange at the casino part, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, hello. Hey, I caller. I thought your question. You're in Miami, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I don't want to say your name, but I called you back because I thought your question was valid. So you want to ask it live?
Oh, okay. But it sounds crazy the way I was presenting it, so I didn't know how to ask it. But I was just wondering, could the stock market cause the dinar to go live? It's just something that makes me wonder that.
Okay. So let's look at it from 2 points of view. Okay. Can the actual our stock market cause the Iraqi dinar to go live? The answer to that is unequivocally no. But if the ISX was to go live on the NASDAQ, could that cause the Iraqi dinar to go live? The answer is unequivocally yes.
Okay.
You see the difference?
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You so welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Y'all, there's no crazy questions. All there is misinformation. And everything has an explanation. And if we can't find an explanation, we'll look it up.
Okay, so what I've been doing is buying more foreign currency. Last time I told you guys I bought more IQD. We're at our mark with the dong, but I picked some up for my friend in California that's having trouble getting it, and she cashed out me the money. The other thing that I've been doing is eyeballing the cryptocurrency market. I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. It keeps dropping every day.
So if there's blood in the streets, buy it, right?
Of course, I'm waiting for it to hit.
What's the smartest buy right now if I was going to buy a newbie buy or digital currency? XRP, TLC, BTC?
How much money you got?
I got $500.
$500?
$500.
All right. I'm going to tell you to buy Ethereum, at least one Ethereum.
Ethereum is ETH?
Yes.
ETH.
And I'm going to tell you to buy one. Just one.
Okay.
You only got $500.
That's all I got. Right?
Now, Litecoin is like in the $50 range. $55, I think. Okay. So, pick up about 5 of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm still in love with XRP. Anything I got left over, I'm throwing at XRP, which is at 24 cents.
So give them the breakdown. Ethereum?
Yeah, buy one Ethereum. Ethereum is at like $168.
Okay.
Buy about 5 XRPs.
That's $250.
And this is based on a $500 scenario.
Okay, that's $250 plus 160 is what? $310, something like that?
So let's say $350.
Okay, $350.
You got fees. And then the rest I'm throwing at XRP.
Mary said Daisy needs a wedding. No, Daisy doesn't need a wedding. Pimpe.
He's been there.
Oh, there's Pimpe. I love Pimpe. That's my brother. I love Pimpe. I love Dennis. I love Weezy. I love Carlos. I love Jamie. I love my little homies. Caesar. I love my little homies. You know what I'm saying? They're out there. They know who they are. I love all my people. You know what I'm saying? I think what people got to realize is that in this, man, you've got to diversify. You got to be thinking light speed ahead.
Okay, so with my example, 5 Litecoins is about $290. 1 XRP at $168, and you got $42 left over. You throw it in XRP.
No, I heard that. Someone just said, do we know when the infrastructure projects are supposed to take place and start? Yeah, in November. That's when the WTO just told us all that the major partners were supposed to come into Iraq and hold the infrastructure meetings. I'm sorry to cut you off. So how much was that total amount that you said?
Oh, I don't know.
You just clicked it
I
off.
Cleared it.
I mean, it's not very hard to get back up, but
I can get it back up. But the thing is, the calculator's clear. Look.
So 160 plus 250, and then how much was the last? That's 410. So you can only have only 90 more bucks. So how much was the last coin you said?
XRP for the residual.
So $90. So there you go. That makes it easy. If you're gonna look at it as having a $500 investment, so what would that yield somebody?
Well, we can't really say, because right now it looks like the market is dropping. The question is, where is the bottom? Everybody's speculating. One of the speculating things, and I posted it in my little crypto group or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're speculating that Bitcoin may drop to 3,000 and shoot right back up. One of the problems that the market dropped with the Bitcoin is there was a whale that cashed in, I think, 940 Bitcoin. Yeah.
At 10 plus thousand?
Yeah.
Wow. If Bitcoin hits 3,000, I'm buying some Bitcoin. Me, myself. I'm going on, what do you call that? The base coin?
Coinbase.
Okay, I'm going on the base coin.
Coinbase. I'm
going on the base coin. I'm doing it on purpose. I'm just joking, Coinbase. I'm going on Coinbase, and I'm going to buy, I don't know how much, I'm going to buy it like a drunken Indian. I'm just telling you right now. Because you know it's going to go back up. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know crap about digital currency. I know that Bitcoin's the leader of the pack. I know that's the big dog, so I'm going to buy that.
Here it goes.
I'm going to buy that.
One Bitcoin whale moved 94,504 Bitcoin.
For $1 billion.
Worth more than $1 billion.
And that's the moves I want to make. That's what I'm talking about. When people talk about not making money in the spaces we're waiting on time, that's where you ought to be diversifying your money into stuff like that. If there's any penny stocks or this, That's what this channel's about. I'm not sitting there waiting for something to happen. Make your own destiny. Buy some Dong. Dong is the ultimate savings account. I saw somewhere today where someone was talking about a CDARS account. CDARS is an excellent account system for someone who has multi-million dollars. I don't need someone prophetically to tell me about it. I've done my research on it. I've talked about it several times. You got to have a CDARS account if you're going to have multi-millions of dollars, especially have it federally insured. I was told that the Trump impeachment is a cover-up to clean up the government because they are getting ready to arrest them now and everything is getting ready to go. That was from Marion. Marion, I can't deny that. I can't endorse that. All I can say is that if you heard that, tell me where you heard it from. Give me a link and let's investigate it. Pimp A just said something probably negative. The Dong is tied to the Chinese deal. We've already said that. With Vietnam making a ton of new trade, Trump will let them stay low to help them hurt China. He'll let them stay low to hurt China until China reinstates. And when China reinstates their currency, it will be the automatic help that they need to reinsert their currency to a value that will help all of us. No one can predict the rate or when it will change rate, but in my opinion, it will happen this year. I agree. I would love for the Dong to go first. Yeah, the Dong's not going first. Me too, pimp. I think, the argument about the Dong, like, I saw a quote, I put it out there about Trump said, there's a China trade deal that could take place a lot faster than what people think. Mr. Brando, XRP is moved. It's being set up to replace SWIFT.
But wait, finish with your thought on I'm trying to hear what you're about to say about China. You stop.
Oh, Trump said that the China trade deal is a lot closer than what people think. That's going to happen a lot sooner. So if the China trade deal takes place and the Chinese currency has to revalue, that will force Vietnam to revalue, and then we'll all be well. Just saying.
Oh, I like that. That's why I wanted to hear what you're going to say. Okay, go ahead with the XRP. I'm sorry.
XRP is going to replace SWIFT system.
Oh yeah.
Is that true?
That's old news. They're trying to do that now. XRP is what Walmart is really using for their Walmart to Walmart transactions. And XRP also has a deal with Western Union and MoneyGram.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think people underestimate the power of the SWIFT and the marketplace to where, when you talk about places like the digital market space like that, where someone's going to replace a system like that, where I'm sitting there telling you, someone just said XRP will be the country's reserve currency. I don't see that happening.
Mm-mm.
I don't see any digital space being a country reserves currency.
Yeah.
Maybe a new emerging market.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it was someone like a new country that was establishing itself, and trust me, this happens every day. There's a lot of new markets that open up. That could happen, but I don't see it happening just to be happening. I got $400 and invested wisely. Yeah, China equals donkey dong. Yes, it does.
I'm bullish, so keep telling me good news about the Dong, because I like hearing that.
Okay, Glenn Lopez says, after the RV happens and we go to Chase or Citi or Bank of America, if the exchange rate is 1-to-1, what do you think the fee will be? It depends on the amount, Glenn, that you're going to exchange and what type of account you set up. So, Glenn, if you go to someone like, Bank of America or Citi, I don't know, but if you go to Citi and you exchange enough, there is no fees. They'll exchange it dollar for dollar. They just want your money. I can't blame them for that. JF says, vaping's bad. Oh my God! JF, vaping's bad! Really? You think so? Fuck out of here.
Hey.
Sorry. Vaping's bad.
You have kids watching you.
Go to channel. No subscribers. No followers. Y'all, I'm not here for your critiques. China is done soon? Really? So how did you get that into your repertoire? Foreign reserves, instead of having to hold different currencies, a lot of countries have XRP. Yeah, I mean, you can't doubt it, but I don't think it.
What's wrong?
It says the comment was foreign reserves instead of having to hold all different currencies. A lot of countries just have to hold XRP. It's about perfect. I get it. Holding one currencies but I think if you're looking at that, you have to look at it as a new world order type of agenda and say the whole world now is under one type of regime. And I don't see the world doing that, because if I was a capitalist, I wouldn't buy into the whole world's regime as a currency to hold. I wouldn't. Gold or whatever. Right. I'm going to fight that tooth and nail. That's why I don't believe in gold back or that or whatever. I don't even believe in asset back, to be honestly. I want to see this fictitious fiat back currency until the wheels fall off of it. And then by the time I figure out the wheels fall off it, I'll be into that currency. You see what I'm saying? That's the idea of being a venture capitalist. That's what a lot of people don't understand. I'm going to flip currencies and flip currencies like, hey, flip them no more. Flip. I'm Skipper the Flipper. Trump, elect that mother. Keep it. Well, if you want. Little orange man. If you guys want, that's what you want. I don't agree with Trump as a person, but I don't dislike his trade policy. His trade policy ain't bad to me.
Do you think...
I like his trade policy. I'm not gonna
I'm trying not to talk politics, but I think it's kind of stupid at this point to proceed with an impeachment when the man only has a year left.
Well, here's the problem. They're not trying to... Listen to this.
They're just trying to shame his name so he can't...
So badly. And
so that way he can't
come back. He can't win, right? So listen. So let's say he wins. Could you imagine? Awkward.
Wait. So let's rewind the hand of time.
Okay.
There once was a man named Bill Clinton. Number one, he was impeached and never stepped down. So, and number two, he served 2 terms. So
it'll be the same thing.
It's just a waste.
Nothing.
It's just a waste.
Listen. And here's the thing. And this is the funny thing. They're still going to have to work with the man. They're still going to have to figure out what they're going to do.
Look at him every day.
And work. Could you imagine me firing you? Me and Miss Bibi, I impeached Miss Bibi as being my wife. But I had to sleep with you. I had to get up with you. We brush our teeth together. And I'm looking at you every day like this.
You ever seen the movie War of the Roses?
No, I never seen it.
Oh, you should watch it.
The 80s movie, right?
No.
War of the Roses was in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, it was in the 80s.
Come on now. I'm a movie buff.
I was thinking it was the 90s.
It might be the 90s. It might be the 90s.
Okay, but you'd have cooked Daisy and not know it.
Don't you cook my Daisy, love? Oh, I love Daisy. Frank 26. What a fucking joke.
Hey, quit cursing. There's children watching.
Sorry, Jaza.
They're looking up to you.
I know. Sorry, little homies. Don't use the F word. Use the happy word, which is what a freaking joke.
Oh, they want a close-up of my nails.
Oh, diamonds. Trump will be elected by a landslide. That I agree to. Trump will be reelected.
They got little rhinestones on.
And I honestly think that's what you kind of need to happen. I kind of think you want that. Don't hit Daisy in the head like that. Don't do that.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did. And I'm trying to push her your way.
You want Trump to be reelected because Trump is bringing to the forefront a lot of the trade and stuff that I want to see happen about the WTO. That's going to strengthen and enable some of the currencies that I want to see go to the big time leagues like Venezuela, Vietnam, Iraq. So yeah, I don't care if Trump gets reelected if he does all that.
Can I answer Bethany's question?
I didn't hear it, but go ahead.
She asked me, do I think the dong will go first? Huh?
Answer the question.
I answered it.
What was it?
Will the dong go first? I said yes.
Based upon what?
I think the China trade deal is gonna close up soon.
How meek was that? I really think that the China trade deal is going to come first. You don't want to get eaten up by Mr. Brando. Mr. Brando's gonna tear in your butt.
And the dong is not under sanction. Can you walk into Chase Bank and buy some dinar?
Damn straight, man. You got a great argument. Listen, in that little mousy, meager voice of my wife.
I already knew you were gonna jump down my throat.
I love it though. I think you have an awesome argument, babe.
And it's like when I do my consultations, I'm very honest with the ladies that I speak.
And I lie to all of mine. I tell them, don't buy dong, buy dinar. No, I don't. I tell them I'm bullish on dong. I'm bullish.
I just bought some dong today.
I hope. She doesn't tell me everything she buys. That's obvious. Now, if I buy something, I get criticized.
That's not true. ISX. And then I see the invoice come through. ISX.
That's all you need to see.
Right. So
I don't see your invoices.
Right. Because there is no invoice. Because why? It's not under sanctions.
No, it's not under my grasp of my
Here.
banking
All you gotta do is
information.
walk into Chase Bank and say, "Has my wife been in here?" And they'll be like, "Yes." You're like, she was up to no
Oh, hang on.
good.
Someone just told me about my vaping.
Oh gosh.
I'm a
You're
respiratory
obsessed
therapist.
with it.
It's bad. I can
See?
promise you
Look.
all the bad info is coming.
I don't stop reading that. Look, because you're not gonna stop vaping. And that's actually for Shanetta. She's gonna cash at me, but
Oh, well, shout out Shanetta.
yeah, because she's having a problem getting her dong.
Yeah, the vaping is hurting the cigarette. Thanks, P. Young. I appreciate that, bro. What am I, chopped liver? Glenn, you're not chopped liver. You're not chopped liver, Glenn. What'd you say?
You
Nestor
missed-
Jesra, can you discuss? Yeah, Nestor Jesra is full of crap. It's legislation that never took place. I think Nestor Jesra can take place amongst people after the reinstatement happens for people to free people from financial bonds such as mortgages
this is awesome news.
and
I have to say this. Okay, so Aaron said he just linked his Coinbase account to his Fidelity account. It's now an option with Fidelity. That's awesome. That's great.
Can I do that on my Fidelity account?
You can.
So I can buy all the digital space I want?
Yeah.
Let's do it right now.
I did not know that. Thank you, Aaron.
Pimpe says nails look like Pimpe.
These nails are fly.
Do I need a realtor?
But
No.
they snag too much. Those little diamonds, the rhinestones snag. Do you need a realtor? No.
If Tat Dong goes first, then I can buy a crowd load of dinar after. True. I think this has always been my belief system about dinarians.
Okay, wait. Here goes Glenn. You because Glenn said, is he chopped liver or something? Here's his question, I think. Mr. Brando, after the RV happens and we go to Chase Bank, Citibank, B of A exchange, IQD to USD, if it exchanges for 1-to-1, what do you think the fee will be from the bank to make it your change?
I just said that. I told him, I said it depends on the bank. So like Citi, if you exchange so much depending on the account you hold, it's no fees.
Well, and here's the thing, so you guys understand, they don't use the term fees. It's exchange rate. So let's say the IQD exchanges for a 1-to-1. They'll say to you, the rate is 90 cents to turn into your dinar. So what that means is 1 IQD, instead of getting 1 USD, you'll get 90 cents. They keep the VIG. They keep that 10-cent delta for every 1 dinar you bring in. So do the math. If you're sitting on 100K of IQD, times that by 10 cents, that's your fee right there.
Anthony Bryant says, smoke cigars, Mr. Brando. Miss Bibi will tell you, I have 2 boxes of cigars,
They
Cubans
stink.
downstairs. I'm not allowed to smoke them in the house, so I don't smoke them anymore.
They stink.
You guys look like the incredible shrinking couple. What's your secret? You look fabulous.
Thank you.
I'm on a diet, so I lost 10 pounds last week.
I ain't done nothing.
I'm on a diet. Miss Bibi's shrinking me.
No, that's not true.
It is true. You have me on a diet. You've had me
I
on
don't
for-
have you on anything. Don't say I.
Well, it's helping me.
I am April BB.
And I am Mr. Brando! And I'm shrinking. And I'm happy.
I'm glad you're happy.
And you know what? It's been an hour.
Happy being.
Hold on.
Oh, Robert G, you said let you know about your consultation. Was it with me or Mr. Brando? Can you inbox one of us on Facebook? And we'll set that up.
Yeah, the text I just got, I agree with that.
What's the text? Read it to me.
I can't read it out loud.
Why?
They just told me don't read it out loud.
Oh.
Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yeah. Let's close this out with health and wealth. So,
Hi, Carlo.
yeah, y'all. Jazza. We love Jazza. We love all our little homies.
Jazza.
Jazza. Hey, I'm Steve O.
Daisy, stop.
I love it. You guys don't understand. Take the time now
Hi, Tony.
to get yourselves in a position where you're ready. Get yourselves now to what you want to invest in, Join Patreon. Join Patreon not because of news that you can find about Iraq for free, but join Patreon because you want to learn how to build wealth. And don't be scared crapless when it happens for the things that are going to take place that you'll be able to handle them.
Silver's dropping. That's the other
Silver's dropping. That's a great thing. That means the coins I send out will be cheaper. So the idea, it's not about it. The coin is only symbolic in its message. To be gang is to be gang. You want to be gang, you got to be down. It's an investment. I'm asking for sacrifice. I'm asking for sacrifice for a greater good because I'm telling you, if you join up, you're going to have a greater good. Does that make sense?
Silver's down 29 cents today.
I want it to be down 89 cents every day.
I hear you.
That's my point.
Gold is down. Gold used to be above 1,500. It is now $14.99. It's down $9.36 today. I think very deeply.
220 million in dong. Wow.
Who got that?
Earl.
220 million.
He just said,
You go, Earl.
Earl ain't
You
playing
the man.
no
You the
games.
man. He said 200 million?
220 million.
220. Wow.
Carlo says, "Hey, Miss BB."
Hey.
That's my big homie.
So E220. I'm instead of E40. If anybody know the Bay Area, I'm calling him E220.
Shoot.
That's a lot.
When you look at some of the homies that are in the group, the boys chat. I know you got a girls chat. You know we got a boys chat. It's called the Inner Circle.
Copycat.
Do you know the boys chat got like almost $5 trillion in dinar?
Wow.
Yeah. I got some boys that hit heavy. I got some young homies in there that got like, a few 100,000, but I got some big boys in there that hit hard.
Well, a lady never tells.
We brag about our dong.
We keep our secret. Let's see.
I want to see. Yes, let's go longer than an hour. Man, Sharon, I wish we could.
Oh my gosh. It's Friday.
It is Friday. You want to go a little longer?
You
It's
gotta
on
go
y'all,
a
y'all.
little
It's on y'all.
You
Y'all want to go a
gotta
little
go
longer? I'm cool with that.
Wait a minute. Okay, so somebody asked, what did the dong value add before? Go to Wikipedia. There's a chart out there. Back before the Vietnam War, it was something.
Hold on. Can I do one thing? And I never do this. Pimpay! Pimpay! Call me. You want Pimpay to call? The Vietnamese dong, Pimpay and I discussed at great lengths.
I love it.
What?
People are like, April BB, I think you're right. Yeah.
About the dong going first?
That dong.
Put up $1 million dong. Put up $1 million dong.
I ain't putting up nothing.
Put $1 million dong.
I'm trying to run to the bank. Let's see who go first.
Put up $1 million dong.
I ain't got to put up nothing. I don't want to put up nothing.
Why? Put your money where your mouth is. I hear you talking. A pair of lips say anything. Put your money where your mouth is. I got $1 million dong right now. Says I go to the bank with my IQD way before you go with your dong.
Hit dogs. I'll be at Chase with mine, so I ain't giving up nothing.
Man, you ain't gonna be nowhere. Pimpay.
Hey man, you can't be scaring me like that. I was running by my TV, not paying attention. You yelled at Pepe, scared the shit right out of me.
What are you doing, Pimpay?
What is going on, no gum?
So answer this question. Miss BB thinks that she's going to the bank first. I think I'm going to the bank first. Who's going to the bank first?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the dinar, unless you know what I'm talking about. Unless Trump pulls it off and that China deal's done.
China deal's done. I think it's gonna be done in December. That's my.
I have a feeling it's gonna be done before the end of this year.
Yeah,
I really do. There's many reasons why to think that, because right now China is getting crushed. You know what?
Yeah.
Crushed so bad it's not even funny. This is why the dong is tied into them. Let me tell you why. Right now, there's so many new trade deals and companies moving from China into Vietnam, and the reason why Trump is not forcing Vietnam remember he put them on that list for currency manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why he is not pressuring them to put the right rate on there is he's using them to help continue to crush China. That's what he's doing. But make no doubt about it, as soon as that China deal's done, that dong deal's going up.
Okay, let me ask you this. What about the yuan?
Wait. I think that was Daisy asking me a question first. What you want to know?
She don't want to know that. She want us to get off the air. That's what she wants.
She want her kibble.
But okay, what do you think about the yuan? Wise investment or not?
I think so. Let me tell you why. Because with the and there's make no doubt about it. They're definitely going to try everything they can to try to get Trump from being reelected. He's going to be reelected. But if he locks down this China deal, that means that part of this agreement is going to be no currency manipulation. We know this. And as a matter of fact, that's what he's changing right now in the World Trade Organization is you can't manipulate your currencies no more. There shouldn't be a reason to do that. If that's the case, what they do, I think they manipulated their currency 7 times within the last 4 years. I might be wrong on that slightly. But that means then they have to put the currency up where the right rate is, along with the 49 other countries that are all manipulating their currency. Let that sink in for a second.
Hey, Pimpe, can I say this real quick?
Yes, sir.
I thought about Trump and this impeachment process is kind of like this. They couldn't get him for the stripper. They couldn't get him for Russia. They couldn't get him for tampering. They couldn't get him for this. They couldn't get him for taxes. It's like, God dang. I mean, I get it. Like, you guys don't like him.
Well,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
we've been, but
I mean, I get it. Like, you don't like the guy.
Look, it's not that. Obama used the Five Eyes intelligence.
No, hold on, Pimpe. I'm not talking about Pimpe. Hold on.
But
I'm not talking about Obama. I'm not talking about the Democrats. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the process they've gone through to impeach Trump. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just talking about that.
But hold on,
what I was trying to say was this. Think about who Trump is. You would think there's no way in hell anybody can make the kind of money he does and be on the legit. But Obama used the Five Eyes intelligence agencies plus our own. 17 of our own agencies. They went through this guy with a fine-tooth comb, and they couldn't even find a damn parking ticket on him. I mean, give me a break.
But hold on.
If they had anything on him,
Pimpe,
they would use it.
Pimpe,
he got a man crush.
hold on. I know you got a man crush. I know he has a man crush. Think about this. They're gonna say he bullied, coerced, forced, right? Like, I don't know how to put it. I don't know the word right now.
Okay.
No, you're talking about. They're trying to say that he was using the money that we had and forced the Ukraine president to dig up dirt on his opponent.
On Biden, right?
On Biden.
But here's my thing about Biden. We already knew he was dirty.
Yeah.
They're all dirty.
They're all dirty.
No, but he literally went on video and admitted that he forced the government to fire this prosecutor that was looking to his son. So it's not like, and just so you know, there is a treaty between us and the Ukraine that when it comes to any type of corruption, the presidents of each country have the right to request from another president to look into that matter. But people don't even talk about that. That's literally our treaty. So Trump didn't say dig up some dirt on my opponent. He's saying we are aware of the corruption because Joe Biden admitted it. I want you to look into that now that you're in it. You're the new guy. Trump had every legitimate reason. But because the Democrats are so desperate, they need anything they can.
Okay, Pimpe, stop.
But here's my thing. Either way, here's the thing. Trump ain't leaving office. Let's be real. Everything that you guys just ran through, Clinton went through. Did he leave office? No. And let's be honest. The one president that was impeached was Nixon, and that took 3 years. We don't have 3 years. That man ain't leaving office. He got 1 year. He's staying, and he probably will return. So they just wasting our time. It's smoke and mirrors because they're trying to distract us.
It gives the Democrats a chance to say, look, for 1
No.
year, we have an impeached president.
No.
I mean, I don't agree with that. You know what I think it is? It's a waste of taxpayer time and dollars.
Right.
It is.
It's a way to distract us.
From a greater being, like.
Oh no! All the corruption the Democrats have been into.
Well, all the corruption in the world. Hold on.
You want to hear something funny?
Sure.
There is literally a letter from the 3 Democrats to the Ukraine government telling them they're going to withhold the funds to them if they don't find dirt on Trump. There's literally a letter out there. So So they're accusing Trump of doing what they do. That's what Democrats are famous for. They accuse other people of what they're guilty of.
But you can't really say parties, Pimpe. And I mean, like, take the party out of it, because they were on a lynching. They wanted to lynch Clinton before he even got in office, with the whole stripper thing there and the infidelity thing. It never worked. But the bottom line, it never worked. Let's look at that. It never worked.
He did fuck a stripper. I mean, for real. Come on.
And Trump grabbed a woman by the hoo-hoo. But it don't matter.
I'm not mad. He likes pussy. I get it. I get it.
Don't say that.
I mean, I'm sorry. He likes girls. He likes girls.
But I'm saying, never ever has Trump ever grabbed a woman by her hoo-hoo.
Yeah, he did. He grabbed RuPaul by the hoo-hoo.
No, what he said was, when you're rich, girls will let you do anything, like grab them by the
But, okay, number one, Pimpe, do you know where Trump's hands being? No. You don't. Hell, the only can that you can be held accountable for is your own.
Listen, Pimpe, I'm going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Did you, when you met Miss Pimpe, did you grab her by the hoo-hoo?
Oh my God, you guys are so inappropriate.
My point exactly. We're done for the night. No, Pimpe, stop. We're done for the night because I don't get in trouble.
Watching.
I'm going to be done. I don't mean to be controversial. I'm going to say this.
That's what I heard. No, just kidding.
I know, right? I'm going to say this, y'all. Is Trump going to be reelected in 2020? In my honest opinion, I think so.
I think so too.
I don't really see an opponent out there that
In
can.
a landslide.
Yeah, I don't like Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter. Do I like his policy? No. Do I like his trade? Yes. Like his trade.
I'm going to top it off with this, and we'll stop on politics because I really like it. But let's just, Dave Chappelle was asked, what you going to do when Trump get elected? He said, I'm going to pay less tax, fool.
Yeah, but you know what? I haven't paid less tax.
Right, that part.
I mean, I'm saying me personally, six-figure income. Hold on. Assets, my assets are around $1 million, right? My assets right now, around $1 million. I've been a six-figure earner for over 10 years, me personally, right? I hold multi-millions in currencies way before Patreon, way before any of this. I'll let you a little inside my life. I hold luxury cars. I take luxury vacations, everything. I paid less taxes when Bush was in office than I have anybody. Anybody. I'm just saying me personally.
You might fall in that special bracket, you know what I mean?
I mean, I could, but what I'm saying is that I think what most high earned income people want is they want to be able to diversify the tax implication over time. And I think what people that are coming newly into money is they don't want to be treated unfairly as far as tax is concerned.
They'll get rid of those capital gains.
Yeah, man, that's what I think everybody wants.
God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think.
Do you understand that's over $7 billion in stimulation in the economy if they do away with that?
That's my point. So instead of it being broken down into haves and not have-nots, blacks and whites, Latinos and whites, or whatever, let's break ourselves down away from political party and let's break ourselves into away from financial racism. Because those are economic bonds that we will never break until we see the blessing that we need to see.
Amen.
Yeah, financial freedom gives you a lot of solace. As long as you don't do anything stupid with your money, you should be able to set yourself up to live comfortably, you and your family, the rest of your life.
Hold on.
If you're set up right.
Hold on. Billy Zen, is this a dinar chat or what? No, Billy, this is a chat about world news and financial prosperity. Who the hell are you? If you don't like it, get out of here.
You about to boot him out?
No, I'm not going to boot him. Billy Zen, he going to come in here and try to regulate something like he's somebody. I ain't never seen you before. Fuck out of here.
Hey,
you know where it is.
There's kids watching.
I know. Hey, kids, cover your ears. Fuck out of here, Billy Zane.
Their ears and their eyes.
You know who Billy Zane is, right? The bald-headed actor?
I know, right? He came in here talking about, is this a dinar chat or what? Who the hell are you? Let's go to your channel. Let's go to Billy's channel. Billy's channel is no subscribers, bunch of bullshit videos.
What is your executive coach?
Hey, we got to create a safe space for the liberals. Stop that now.
He must be. No, my life coach told me only feed in the ones I want to.
Right. Don't do that.
Yeah, but this is the thing I want to say. I mean this. I'm not for a party, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm independent.
I agree with Pimpe on that. And me and Pimpe agree to disagree.
Not independent.
No, Pimpe is a diehard Trumpkin. I'm good with that. I get it. I'm with him on that. I'm down with him because he's a hell of a political guy. He's a hell of a currency guy. My friend Dennis, he's a hell of a political guy. April's a hell of a political person. We have people that like Bethany. She could care less about politics. Just get me paid, just like you are, right? My girls are, right? So I get it. So all I'm saying to everybody that's politically orientated or that's politically affiliated, make sure that the political party that you affiliate yourself with is going to get you to a point of prosperity based upon what your wants and needs are, not based upon some fictitious pie in the sky idea that's it's not happening with it, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I don't want to argue.
It's like, as much as I want to do good for me and my family, also, I like the fact that something's being done for everyone, one way or another.
Right.
You know what I mean? Care
Right.
about the people in your country first, and that's important. And we haven't had anybody focus on us.
Right.
In a long time.
Right,
That's what I
us.
like about this.
Just
now,
us.
Some people think that's wrong, but look, we can't fix and help other people till we help us first. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm going to close it out with this.
Wait.
We're good.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Before
Miss
you
April.
close it out,
Yeah.
Sharon and a few other people wanted to know what's the highest the dong has ever exchanged for. And that was in 1960, and it was 97 dong to $1. Okay.
Okay, and I want to close it out with this.
97. Okay. For a second there, I was thinking 97 to 1.
Right, no.
Damn, that's a hell of a rate.
No.
97 dong. So
I take it.
Right.
I take it.
Right. Just wait a minute. Hold on. You can go in the bank and get $1 million dong for $40. So take $1 million dong, divvy that up by 97, and
That's parts per million, $97.
yeah.
Yeah,
That ain't bad. That's $10,000 per $1 million. That's good money.
We'll be able to walk in the bank, but we don't have those kind of banks here.
Okay, now here
Wells Fargo.
I want to tell y'all a story about Richard Pryor. Okay.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, this is about Richard
Oh,
Pryor.
don't tell me you're gonna talk about Mooney raping his son.
No, forget that.
Oh, not that one. Okay, my
No,
bad.
I don't want to talk about pedophiles. I hate that shit. What I want to talk about Richard Pryor was in jail, or he was going to jail. He was in court, right? And he was saying something. Hold on, I want to answer this call first. I'm going to answer you, caller. You better say something freaking profound because you've been calling the crap out of me.
My God.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Brando.
Hey, what's going on? I'm going to merge with Pempe before I close this thing out.
You swapped.
Pempe, hold on. Hang on, Pempe, hold on. I'm going to let this caller ask his question because he's been calling me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, caller. What's your question?
Hey, I just noticed this. If Dong goes, how easy is it going to be to use U.S. dollar to purchase Iraqi oil fields at $11.90?
Huh?
Ooh.
No. Say that again?
Let me say it again. Dong goes to say 50 cents on the dollar, okay?
Right.
And Americans go into exchange. How easy will it be for Americans just to start buying up Iraq
You can't.
at $11.90 if they don't change their rate?
You can't.
Well, I see what he's saying. He said,
I do, but
think
you-
a lot of us are going to do that.
I do, but the problem with that is their currency's under a type of financial restriction that the average person can't go in there and buy up stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to say that. But I'm talking about from my point of view, if the dong goes, I'm going to take some of that money and buy more dinar. Don't get me wrong.
But you're only limited to what the exchanges have. I mean, you that's the only.
Okay, so Pimp, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you get your 45 cents, 50 cents. You're sitting on flush 500 cash, right, on $1 million. And you say, I want to buy 100,000 dinar. Great. It's iffy if you can even get it. Iffy, right? Number two, you don't know what note you're going to get. That's number two. And then number three is you don't know when you're going to get it.
Yeah, because Exchange of America just re-upped it today.
Safe dinar,
Right.
you can't get it. So, I mean, I get what people are saying about that, but it's not 100% you're going to even get it.
Yeah, you're limited.
Especially a $100,000 purchase.
And that goes back to my thing with the dong.
And it goes back to my thing with taxes. A $100,000 purchase is over $10,000. They're going to want tax purposes with that.
Yeah.
Well, you see that restriction about the amount of money going in or across the border into and out of Iraq. So, it's going to be a little tough. Maybe if you transfer some money into the Iraqi bank, you're going to have to go. I would imagine you would have to go through a lot of red tape. You can't just go around there and start buying up oil fields or anything like that.
No.
I think certain resources, there's going to be some serious restrictions Because trust me, if anything, not the oil fields. If I had my way, I'd find a way to dig the damn gold out of the Tigris River. Nobody is mining the gold, and they have the world's second largest deposit of gold sitting on their land, and it's near the surface, and nobody is getting that gold right now. That's what I would be focusing on probably more than anything.
Do you know what I'd focus on more than anything? Cell phones. I'd be in telecommunication before anything else.
There you go.
That's what I'd be. I'd go in there and be like, I'd put up
towers.
I'd put up towers every 10 feet. Every 10 feet there'd be a cell phone tower.
That shit look like crap.
I'm dead serious. On top of a building. You'd be like, Mr. Brando, cell phone connection. You want cell phone service? It's 5 cents.
You can't dress up your cell phone towers like palm trees out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it would look funny as camels, so it's all
Could you imagine little flags of kangaroos everywhere in Iraq?
Oh man, that'd be shit.
World domination.
World domination through telecommunication. That's Mr. Brando's
That
plan.
would be it right there. Buy
All right.
your new kangaroo cell phone.
Right. It don't hardly work. It came out of China, but it works good for 10 feet. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna call it the Roo.
Right.
The Roo.
The Roo.
The new Roo.
Carlton Glasser wants to set up a private chat
I
with
know.
you. Okay. You guys, I'm gonna hang out with you guys on the phone real quick. I'm gonna close out with this story real quick.
And I told Carlton to message us on Facebook. You hear me?
Kempe, we love you, dog.
Take care, guys.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Bye. I told Carlton message me or Mr. Brando on Facebook, and we'll set that up.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna close out with this. So Richard Pryor was in jail or going to jail. He was in court somehow, right? And the prosecutor was in there, and they were talking about justice, right? And he looked around. He saw a bunch of people that looked just like him. And he goes, "This isn't justice. It's just us." Get it? Just us. Mm-hmm. That's what the Iraqi Dinar community really is. It's just us. There is no justice. It's just us. Racism via skin color, race, sexuality, socioeconomic. It's just us. Love each other. Be kind to each other. Understand that there's a greater purpose for all of us. And join Patreon. I'm done. You done? Let's sign off.
Are you finished or are you done?
No, I'm done.
All three.
I'm never finished. I'm done.
All three of you. Put some respect on my name. Bye, y'all. Have a good weekend.
Daisy says bye.